let's move to the project overview part. In this part, I will be the presenter. My name is Thảo, and I will present this project overview. First, we need to see the statistic report of Australian Institute of Health and Welfare. According to the report, we know that dementia is the second leading cause of death in Australia and the leading cause of death for women, and the second cause of death of men after the heart disease. Besides that, 1 in 3 informal unpaid carers who also had jobs had to reduce their working hours to provide greater care, and half of unpaid carers provide on average 16 hours of care every week. So, what is dementia? Dementia is an age-related condition affecting memory, reasoning, and communication ability of the patient. People with dementia may wander off even in the familiar environments. They can get risk of getting lost, especially near dangerous areas, especially in the bad weather, busy roads near the lake, and which also put stress on the caregivers who could not always be physically present with the patient. And it, if emergency services are called when a person becomes lost, it can also add a significant cost to the community. So, how our team solve that problem? We aim to design a mobile app allows caregiver, which is the family member, to monitor the location of patient, which is an early stage dementia patient, having them live safely and freely. So our app is named Safe Side, our Freedom Tracker app. We track location to reduce the need for caregiver to be always physically present with the person affected by dementia, but still allow people with early stage dementia freedom by using GPS or mobile device and sensors instead of using camera in-house, and just track when the patient agreed to the consent.
So next I'm going to talk about the conceptual design of our team. First we have the storyboard here. The first is Liz wondered where his heard dad. Nick is right now at whether he's safe or not. So she opened her phone app called Safe Side and sees Mer in real life locations, his current heart rate and footsteps. She wants to know how far she is from her dad and how to get to his place, so she can choose the show direction function. She wants to make sure her dad is safe and not lost, so she can call him. She asks him and know his problem of getting lost. So next, as Safe Side keep track of Nick in real time, Liz becomes less stressed in taking after Nick. The second storyboard is James' mom is a dementia patient. He often struggles and does not know where to ask and find information to care for her. One day, he shared his difficulty with his friend, Lena. She recommended him to use an application called SafeSide, which may solve the problem. So next day, he installed the app, and he found that the app has a forum function to post question tips and view others' posts. And furthermore, there is family, a function that helps family members to take care of the patient. He feels relaxed and no longer alone when he found a community of dementia caregivers. Since then, his life has become easier, and whenever he will go to the app to find help and see post tips, his life and his mother's life have also improved significantly thanks to the app. Next, we got the wireframe version 1. So the homepage is designed for use to illustrate the patient freedom. Only the patient can change the consent setting, allowing caregivers to track real-time locations. Face verification will be used to confirm the patient identity by matching the face to the patient face provided during setup. And the version 2, this version does not include a homepage. Face verification has been removed due to complexity for such a small setting. The icon size, text box, and text have been enlarged for improved usability. So why we choose the version 2? Because it's more focused on core functionality, it is improved readability and usability, and finally, it's simplifications of user experience.
By incorporating usability testing and feedback, we have refined our design to ensure a seamless experience while adhering to key interface design principles. During the initial brainstorming phase, we explored ideas by sketching wireframes manually. Each team member created wireframes based on individual perspectives, leading to different styles and structures. The key features proposed in this iteration included camera tracking to monitor patient activity and an interactive map, also location-based alerts. However, upon receiving the feedback, we realized that incorporating in-house camera tracking could compromise patient autonomy and privacy. As a result, we decided to refine our approach, focusing on consent-driven features that prioritize patient independence. Building on our initial sketches, we transitioned to Balsamic to create grayscale wireframes, ensuring a more structured and professional design. This iteration introduced significant refinements based on our tutored feedback. We removed in-house camera tracking and replaced it with GPS tracking that alerts caregivers based on patient movements and health indicators. Additionally, we implemented a consent feature, allowing patients to manage real-time location sharing permissions. Despite these improvements, we faced challenges in maintaining design consistency across screens. Our tutor recommended standardizing elements and ensuring a cohesive experience for the users. In iteration 3, we focused on refining our wireframes to ensure a consistent and structured layout. Initially, our wireframes contained multiple colors, which made the design appear cluttered and inconsistent. Based on tutor feedback, we decided to change the design to grayscale, keeping only colors with special significance. This helped us maintain a clean, professional look while emphasizing essential design elements. Additionally, our team carefully reviewed different wireframe styles and selected the most cohesive one as the foundation for further development, ensuring consistency across all screens. We also gathered peer feedback, which highlighted concerns about the complexity of the face verification feature in consent settings. Users felt that this added unnecessary steps, making the process harder for patients with dementia. Based on this insight, we considered simplifying the consent settings for a better user experience. Through multiple iterations, we continuously refined our design based on usability testing and feedback. In this final version, we incorporated key features such as consent settings for location tracking, an interactive map, a structured schedule, and a chat feature for easy communication between family members and caregivers. Additionally, we implemented a QR code system for quick access to medical information, allowing for immediate assistance when needed. A significant aspect of our design is its focus on accessibility and caregiver support. While respecting patient autonomy, we aim to create a user-friendly experience that balances security, ease of use, and flexibility for both caregivers and dementia patients. Following peer review, we made a critical improvement by removing face verification in consent settings. Instead, we adjusted the settings to allow modification directly on the patient's device, making the process more intuitive and accessible. Throughout the design process, we adhered to Snyderman's 8 golden rules of interface design, ensuring a structured and user-friendly interface. Specifically, we followed the 3 concepts. The first one is strive for consistency. In our final prototype, we maintained a consistent design style, structure, and transition flow across all screens. This helped create a smooth and predictable user experience. The second one is offer informative feedback. We incorporated clear and concise error messages such as GPS connectivity alert to guide users on how to resolve issues effectively. And the third one is permit easy reversal of actions. Our prototype includes a back button on every screen, allowing users to navigate easily. We also introduced a remove feature to undo added information, providing flexibility in data management. While Control plus Z functionality is not yet available, this remains an area for future development. By following these principles, we ensured that our design is intuitive, accessible, and user-friendly, making it suitable for dementia patients and their caregivers.
When entering the app, first of all, the user has to allow to turn on the GPS function on the phone. Then it's all done, and the user can instantly enter the main screen. So when entering the main screen, user can easily see the current locations of the patients. It is the blue dot which is fitting and the name on it. User can Google around to see the surrounding map areas. While in the main screen, you can see the navigation bar, which will navigate to all the patients, and the status bar, which show the phone conditions. Here is Wi-Fi connected. And also, there is a header containing our logos and the naughty and call functions. When press the call functions, user will immediately call the patients. Here is Molly Mitchell, and user can when hitting the notification button, user can see the naughty that the system sends user. Here is there's 2 reminders here that user had read, and user can mark it up all read. User can see the notification up to 7 days. Well, first, the first functions in our app is the location functions. When you press the location navigated button, you will see the path of the user to the patient's location. User can zoom in to see the way easier, and in addition, they can see how far they are, and how long will it take for them to get there by different vehicles. Here is by foot, by motorbike, by car, and by bus. When pressing this X red button, user can come back to the main screen. In the main screen, they can see the save sites button, which is the feature that highlights us from other apps, and the sensor data, which is currently censoring the patients. When pressing the save site button, it will view the explanation for the functions, and by a setting point, which is called safe side, it will reduce the need of constant tracking, as well as it will allow more freedom for the patients. And there are 3 main things to view in this page. You will see the existing safe side, which you have already configured, like home or hospital. You can also view the safe side history for up to 7 days, and you can see how our system analyzes those data. So first of all, if you press this button, you will see our existing safe side. This is the current site. When you press, you will see the map will view the current site, and this is our home, the hospital, and aunt's house. Well, you can choose to see the safe site by map, or you can view it in list like this. Change these locations by adding it or edit it. When adding the locations, you have 2 ways to add the locations. You can add by selected the locations, or you can also search for the location. So after choosing the locations, it will view the locations here, and you can enter the name and select the icons and add descriptions. You can also slide to adjust the level of safety, which all that the location is here. Uh, you can also edit locations. You can change the name and select the new icon, change the label safety, and it will view the change. So after you done edit it, you can delete it like this. Pressing this button, you will come back to the save site screen. Here you can also view the history of the save site. So in the history, it will view the list like this of all locations, and you can see in detail of each location for up to 7 days. Um, and in the data analyze, it will analyze the data that the history record of each locations and analyze it. You can see say the data is analyzed here by the familiarity and memory of the patient, by the consistency, and you can see the safety concern. You can change the page from home to see different locations, different sites like home, aunt, hospital, and market. Here you can change to the sensor data, which is also viewed in the main screen. So um, back to the main screen, you can see the sensor data here. When user press this button, it will come to the sensor data. The sensor data, this is the heartbeat bits per minute. It will view the current heart rate of the patient and calculate its minimum, average, and maximum heartbeat. And also the bar charts of the average heart rate in the week of the patient. And also there are footstep counters, which also do the same. And there are AI suggestions to improve the conditions of the patient. That is all of the location function.
Hi everyone, this is Phúc from Book 4 of the User-Centered Design class, and this is my demonstration video of my part in the SafeSide project as part of the User-Centered User Interface project. So now I will demonstrate to you my schedule function. After you open the SafeSide app on your phone, you can access the schedule tab by clicking the icon in the navigation bar down below. And as you can see here, there are two main parts in this function. First one is the calendar, for events tracking, and the second one is the editing tabs for each category here, the reminders, weekly schedule, and events. For the calendar, when you click on it, it will navigate you to a screen that lists all the upcoming events, including minor and major. So as you can see here, there are three main tags on the events function. The first tag is with the color gray, which is for the minor events or daily tasks. The purple one is for the weekly schedule, which is more important. It can be a weekly appointment with the doctor or the hospital, etc. And the last one is the pink tag, which is for special occasions that can be added by both parties, including the caregiver and the patient. So for the second part of this function is the editing tab for these categories here. You can access it by clicking the edit icon here. So in each tab, there are two main things that should be considered. The first thing is the existing events that were added before by the caregiver or the patient, and the second part is the function for adding new events. You can, for the adding events function, you can access it by clicking the plus icon here. And the system will navigate you to a screen that requires you to fill in the details for the event. You can modify the title for the event. You can enable the all-day status, which lasts all day. And if you enable it, the system will require you to fill in the start and ending date. And the remind function is for the system to remind you in app or pop or in your phone. And after you click the app button, the system will navigate you back to the editing tabs. And make sure to save the changes, or the system won't save your events that you just added. So after you save the changes, the button will change its color to white, and you can click it, but it won't make any changes to the events. So that's all for my schedule function.
So to access the community function, we will go to it by the navigation bar. So we have two sub-function here. They are family and forum. In the family tab, we got all the chats of the family members and the one general group for all the family members. So we will access the family group. So in this group, we can scroll down, and the difference between this and the other messages app is that this will have the update the schedule here. So whenever a family member updates a schedule from their phones for the patient, it will have the update notification here. And it will also send the notification to the user. And we can call. We can turn off the mic, and when you turn on the camera, it will navigate to the video call. So next is the group information. We got members. We can add. We can view photos and video links, and we can customize group name and group photos. And the privacy here, we can turn off notification, message notification, or call notification. I will turn it off. Okay. Next is the we can type in and send message. Okay, yeah, that's it. We can upload voice, take photos, or upload photos. Next, I'm gonna move to the forum. So basically, we can view the post from the healthcare centers and doctors or other users who are using the app. We can see more to view the full text, see less. We can interact, we can like the post or bookmark it to save it. Yeah. So we can also upload our own story or thoughts by clicking. So this is a sample, and we can add media, and this is a post button. Okay, I think that's all for this function. Thank you for listening.
We could move to the box by accessing the profile icon. Click on it and it will show the profile tab. This medical information include all the medical information of the patient, and the doctor and the nurse could access the medical information detail by scan this QR code. Now I will move on the main part of this part, which is the consent setting. This consent setting illustrates the freedom of our app, which could allow the patient choose to share their real-time location with the caregiver or not. We could see the more detailed description by clicking on About Freedom Agreement, and it will illustrate the more detailed description with the when the patient turn on the location tracking, the caregiver could know their real-time location, but when the patient do not want to share their location at that time, they could turn off, but the caregiver still could know they safe or not by receiving the notification of the app. When they anything wrong, the app will be alerted to the caregiver for them to call and contact to the patient. So we could move out by clicking Done, Back, and I will go through all the functions of this profile tab. First, my account, it will modify the caregiver and patient information. In the patient information, we could change the safe location in this setting too, and in this dementia condition, it will be detailed information of the patient, which is uploaded by the caregiver. And we move to the app setting to usability for the elderly people. We could change the text icon size to make them smaller, bigger by moving the toggle or change the font, and we can see the changes in this review sample test and the icon. We could change it bigger or smaller according to the user references. After changing, we use the OK button and it will move out. So other function is change the theme of the app. It could be light or it could be dark. We can modify the brightness in this too, and with automatic it would refers to your font setting. So after OK with the current setting, we could OK to save the setting. And another way is the language. We can change from multiple languages. These are available language in this app. We could change to Vietnamese. We could change all the content in the app into Vietnamese, and we could go back English Australia by clicking on the English Australia. And that is all the function in the profile tab.
Hi, my name is Dementia, and I will present you the limitations and how our prototypes and our app design can be improved in the future. So first, we come to conclusions. Our prototype is a mobile app prototype, which is a working simulation model, which user can interact with it and see how the app concept is, and it represents the main app's functionality and designs. And our prototype focus on how to complete the task and enhancing the user experience. So first, about the functionalities, you can see that our functions have four main functions. First, it's tracking locations by using the GPS monitor system to allow user to see the current locations of the patients. This tackles the main problem of the project, which is they see the locations of the dementia patients and preventing them from getting lost or wandering. And it also reduces the stress of the caregivers. And our second function is to ensure the safety of the patients by call and connections with them by a phone call. User can make sure that the patient is not lost or don't get into any trouble. And by using interconnected functions, user can make sure that the patient is safe. Our third function is the schedule. User can set up reminders for activities and events. And our last function is the settings, the consent settings. User can change the app however they like to they can personalize their preference. And also our consent setting make sure that the patients have enough freedom, and we have our consent to track the location. About the app design, we're using specific color palette, which is blue and purple, which give the visuals more comfortable and it's increasing the readability. Also, we use a lot of animations and elements to create more interactions between user and the system. So according to our prototype, we have evaluate our strengths and weaknesses. So our strength, which include the high consistencies, over all screens, we have the same buttons, icons, and fonts, also the layout structure, and and a lot of animation, which make the app feel more fluid and enhance the smoother user experience. Also, one of our strengths is to focus on building a scenario prototype, which provide enough functions for user to complete tasks based on the user goals instead of a lot of redundant functions which remain on screen but do nothing. One of our weaknesses is we have limited feedback during the development. The prototype effectiveness might be affected because we didn't receive enough feedback from the user, the real user. We have conducted feedback from our peers and lecturers. However, we think that because of lack of the user feedback, this will restrict the generalizability and may overlook some critical variables. And also, in our prototypes, we didn't cover all of the user requirements mentioned in our last deliverable. So because we have changed our strategy into the scenario prototype. So some functions was left, like two-factor authentication and role-based access control. They are not prioritized to help user to do some specific tasks, so they remove from the prototype. Based on our evaluations, we have concluded that we need a lot of further work, and also one of the issues that we met during the development is because of one of our team members has left the group without announcing, hence we have to cover his workload, and somehow it creates a negative attitude for all other team members. However, by changing the strategy into the scenario by a prototype, so we have completed it. And in the future, we think we can enhance this prototype into we can create more functions based on the user requirements, and we can make the prototype more interactive by different techniques, more enhanced, more advanced techniques like conditional variables. And that's all of our group work. Thank you for listening.